anger will come when pre-poll starts. And that first week of pre-poll, they'll be lining up to get rid of this government.
The PM says personally he'll leave nothing on the field to win the election. How do you see things?
He's depriving a village somewhere of their idiot.
I've had demonstrated, I think, my ability to work with
a bunch of wannabe greenie layabouts.
Google it, mate.
Oh, we've got a Prime Minister who's not just weak, but he's painting rocks white.
I'd rather do that, frankly. To be honest, I'd rather do that.
He's semi-detached and semi-retired. He's got one eye on his retirement home and I suppose one eye on
Alan Joyce.
And the crack has been great and we've probably had the best crack.
But you'll leave a good crack there.
I suppose one eye on his political legacy. But we've got a government, and what you've seen this week is that they've got 76 bills they want to get through. They're not going to get them through. There's a cost of living crisis in this country.
Our priority will be to provide cost of living relief whilst...
They've got 76 bills they want to get through. This is stupid. It's stupid. And he is taking the Australians for a ride with this type of madness. The sooner we get rid of this Labor government, the better.
And rightly so.
We've got criminals on the street because of Labor's policies. He doesn't really have his sort of control of what's going on. And so there's just weakness throughout this building. The Labor senators I speak to are worried about him, that they won't say anything above a mumble or a grumble.
Babble, babble, babble.
But they know they're in trouble. And you go around Australia, as you do and I do, the mob out there are not listening to this Labor government. Because as Labor government, since The Voice or before The Voice, has spoken about left-wing woke issues, not about the economy. And guess what? Leaders come into their own. And Peter Dutton has come into his own because people look at him and they go, he's a strong leader. He says what he stands for and he stands for what he says for. He's our guy. I'm a pessimist. The election next year is going to be tight, but I reckon Peter Dutton is going to be Prime Minister after the election and Anthony Albanese will be in his retirement home.
Are you planning to retire there?
I'm planning to be in my
retirement home
for a very long period of time.
All right, here's a campaign insider's question that I think my audience will be interested in. Do you fear more the electorate being angry at you when you're their incumbent? Because when they're angry, they're at least emotionally still engaged. Or do you fear they've completely stopped listening and you can't turn their mind? What's worse?
I think it's worse when they're angry at you.
Everyone hates me.
At the moment, my view is they've stopped listening. They've given up on Labor. So you've seen this around the world. Incumbent governments, everywhere from Sri Lanka to France to the UK, Biden effectively, Kamala Harris was an incumbent. The mob have just switched off because they believe the incumbent governments are not doing anything for them. And that is what's happening here in Australia. The anger will come when pre-poll starts. And that first week of pre-poll, they'll be lining up to get rid of this government.
Yes. Enough is enough. Now we have to deal with the consequences of that. What does this bloke have to do to lose his job? We need a change of government in this country.
Whenever the election comes, it can't come soon enough. We have to get rid of this Albanese government.